Hello. Sorry I couldn't be here today, but I am going to walk you through your expectations for the day, and your sub can just pause and give you time to work when you need it and play so that you can get some more instruction from me. So, first things first, we're going to finish our bell ringer. Again, that's going to exist in ELA's shell under modules. You are going to scroll down to the bell ringers. I have way more here than you guys do. Let me go to student view. Scroll down to the bell ringers for the week, September 5th through 9th, and click on that assignment. Then I'm going to load these bell ringers in a new window. And remember, you can click on this link here to make what you see larger, to put it in its own window so that it's easier to see. So you're going to click here. And once again, I know I showed you this yesterday, but just in case, once again, you are going to zoom in if you need to using this tool over here on the left. You click on the little arrow next to the magnifying glass and you can change it to 100 or 200. You can do some custom zooming in and out too, just whatever makes sense to you. I like 100, but you can always zoom in more if you need to. And then we're going to locate Friday's bell ringer, read the directions, and then go ahead and put all the pieces in here that you need to put in here. You're going to put a picture in, and then you're going to give credit where credit is due by copying the URL where you got it from. Now, be careful because the URL is not Google. Google's a search engine. So if I'm looking for a picture of pizza, for example, I'm going to go to pictures, and then here is the picture I want to use. This does not come from Google. Google is searching through the sources to find this picture. So in order to get the URL that I would need, I would click on this visit button right over here under the picture, and it's going to load the URL up here. You just copy and paste that in. If it is blocked, because the school blocks a lot of different sites, you can, I believe, hold down your Alt key and click on the title, homemade pepperoni pizza. Yep. And hit copy link address right here. That will copy the correct URL for you to paste in over here. Then to get your picture, you can copy and paste it to, if you'd like, hold down Alt and copy, or double click and copy if you know how to do that. But my favorite way is actually just the drag and drop. So you grab a hold of the picture with one hand, and then you click and you hold it down, and with your other hand, you drag it up to your bell ringers tab, and you hold it there until your bell ringers open, and then you drop it right here. Woo! We're going to have to resize that image like so that covers that gray box up. And then boom, you're ready to turn your bell ringers in. Now, because we opened your bell ringers in another tab, you'll have to actually go to your previous tab to hit submit. So here they are here. You're going to click back on this tab here, and you will have a submit button. I don't because I'm a teacher, but you will have a submit button right up here somewhere. It's a blue button that says submit. So make sure when you're done with Friday's bell ringer, you click on this tab and hit submit. If you want to pause the video now so they can finish their bell ringer and hit submit, go ahead, and then I will continue with instructions after you hit play. Okay, so after you're done with your bell ringers, you're going to go back into your modules, and we are actually going to spend some time today setting up a website that you're going to use throughout the year for a number of things. So the first thing I need you to do in your module for the week, I need you to find this electronic portfolio Google Sites assignment. It's got the little blue flowery diamond thing there. I don't know exactly what that is, but that's where it is. And you're going to click on it. Then you will go down to the instructions for the home page, where it says here are the instructions for the home page, and you're going to click on the button here. This is going to take you to the instruction sheet for the home page of your website. So I'm going to show you how to set up your website. You only have to do the setup once, And then I'm going to show you how to find it again and where you're going to put all your pieces for your home page, because it is a huge chunk of your grade. It is not due for a few weeks. We'll work on it here and there as we can, but it's a big chunk of your grade. So I want you to make sure, I want to make sure that you know where this is going and the purpose of it and all that good stuff. So the first thing I want you to do is click on this link at the top of this homepage checklist. This is going to bring you to my homepage, my website. And just kidding, that's Miss Caps's. I'm gonna have to change that link. That's funny. I don't know why I closed that. Let me see if I put it in modules. I did. So my homepage is linked underneath the electronic portfolio Google site. So it's here. This is going to take you to my homepage. Feel free to use the one in the instruction sheet too. That's Miss Caps's. Actually, I'm going to probably replace it with mine. But anyway, I'll do that later. But you can use either of ours as an example. Mine is complete, so mine's a good place to start. And I have set my homepage up exactly like I want you to set yours up. Now, I don't care what order you put some of this stuff in. I don't care if you want to. I put 2 columns here, one over on this side, one over on this side. I don't care that you do any of that. I don't care what order it goes in, but I do care that all of the pieces are there. And then if you don't know what something means, like your biography, then you have an example here to read of mine that you can look through.
Volleyball is released at this time. Volleyball is released.
Sorry, that you can look through as a good model example. So if mine were to be graded by me, I have all of the pieces that I need for my homepage, I would get an A. So I'm going to go through the expectations for this with you here, and then you can look at my website for help as well, for an example if you need it. And then you can always ask questions if you come across something you don't understand while you're working on this. So first and foremost is real easy. 5 points for a picture of yourself. It needs to be professional looking. It needs to not be filtered. It needs to not be something you would post on social media necessarily. It needs to be a picture. If you're an athlete, you can use a picture of you playing out on the field. Be careful though. If you're using a professional athlete's picture, like Brad Glidewell when he comes and takes sports pictures, you cannot use his picture on your website. He owns that picture. You can't do that. So you have to find a picture that you own. Some other general rules of thumbs for pictures for professionalism. They have to be part of the dress code. You have to follow dress code guidelines. So don't put a picture of here with your midriff showing or with shorts that don't meet those guidelines or anything like that. No bathing suit pictures, things like that. This is a professional portfolio, so it needs to look professional. No hand signs or gang symbols. You probably don't want to be wearing a hat in your picture. And if you don't have a picture that you can use already, then you can take one using your Chromebook or your phone, and you can upload it that way through your Drive. And I'll show you a tip for that in a minute. Then the next thing on here is your biography and welcome. So my welcome's up here. Welcome to my site. Here's my biography. Again, you can read that. It tells you my life story. Yours does not need to be as long as mine. I have a 10-sentence minimum. Try to hit that 10-sentence minimum. And then make sure you don't give specific details. Don't give me your address, your phone number. Be very general with what you put out there. I probably put a little bit too much on here, but mine was set up to be a teacher website, not a student website. So just tell me a little bit about your life. Where'd you grow up? Where are you from? What's your family like? Anything like that. What are your likes, dislikes, things that you're interested, plans for the future? You can include all of that in your biography. Then we have activities and awards. I did not go in the same order, because this was a longer thing for me and I wanted it down here, longer category, I should say. So activities and awards. These are any kind of extracurricular activities that you participate in, any sports clubs, youth groups, anything like that. And any awards that you've won. It could be perfect attendance, spelling bee. It could be MVP, it could be most improved, anything like that. I know that you're not going to have as much as I do because I've lived longer than you, but you can look through your past and try to have at least 2 bullet points here of activities or awards that you can use. Next is education/work history. Some of you don't have a work history because you've not had a job before, but you do have an education history. Right now, you always put the last grade or the last year that you completed something. So right now, your education history is successfully completing 8th grade. Some of you, most of you from Camdenton, some of you from other places. Excuse me. And so you're going to put any jobs that you've had and the years that you had those jobs. For example, I need to change that. So here's an example: English teacher from 2019 to present for Camdenton High School. So I've got the year that I started here to present means I'm still currently going here, and it's at Camdenton. This was my previous job, 7th and 9th grade English teacher at Iberia, and I was there from years 2012 to 2019. So I went ahead and put those years there. So yours is going to say completed middle school at Camdenton High School or wherever, and then you'll put the dates that you attended. So count back and figure out what year you started middle school and what year you ended middle school, and you'll put that under there. And then you'll also put the location, Camdenton, or was it somewhere else? Again, I know you're not going to have as much as me because you haven't lived as long as I have. You haven't had as many jobs as I have, but put in there what you can. If you have a job, if you've babysat or mowed lawns or worked on a dock or helped out with a family business, put that on here because that all looks really good on your homepage. What we're doing here is almost building a resume. So on your resume, you're going to want to include that on there. The next section, goals, objectives, plans for the future. I had to find mine here, goals. So I didn't want to use the words objectives or plans for the future. I just wanted to use the word goals. That's fine. You can use all 3. You can pick one of those to use. Doesn't matter to me. And then I set my goals for the future here. Try to have at least 2 goals. It could be something as simple as passing high school and graduating. It could be that you want to be valedictorian, you want to go to college, you want to get married and have a family, you want to start a business. Anything like that could be a goal that you could put down. So I want 2 to 3 there. 3 or more there if you can. That's what your thing says. 3 or 4, or 3 or more goals. Favorite websites, resources. I think I took that off of there. I did. I don't want that on there. I end up with a bunch of social media and it's not scholarly, so I'm just going to erase that. There we go. That makes it 139 points instead of 144. All right, next one is everybody's favorite, the introductory video. 15 points. It's a big chunk of that grade. Don't skip it unless you're okay with not making an A. So your introductory video is going to introduce yourself. You can watch mine if you need an example. You are going to sit down and pretend that somebody's asked you to tell them a little bit about yourself, like in an interview type situation. So you're going to just make a short video, 1 to 3 minutes. So don't go shorter than 1 or over 3 minutes. That just introduces yourself like you would if you were in an interview. It's okay to include information from the rest of your homepage, some of your biography, your hobbies, your goals, your activities, your education, work history, anything like that is okay to have in your video. All of that is great to have in your video. So go ahead and do that. Take it with your Chromebook or your phone, and I can help you upload it at a later date. And do that at home. Don't do that in class with other people around. That gets really awkward. So do that part at home or during an advisory, or if you have permission, you could go in a quiet room and do it. You just got to ask me permission on a day that I'm here, not on a day that I'm gone. Next is the 3 reference statements. Now, this one's a challenge for some people every year. So start collecting these now. Otherwise, you're going to end up not getting what you need from teachers and coaches and things of that nature because they'll get bogged down with these as the due date approaches for the home page. So start collecting these now. These are 3 statements from 3 adults in your life that you are not related to. teachers, coaches, youth leaders, anyone that you're not related to who's an adult in your life. And you're going to get 3 statements, one from each of them, very short, 1 to 5 sentences that says something positive about you. So my examples down here came from colleagues. Mrs. Stotsberry is an enthusiastic teacher who inspires student learning in a variety of tech-savvy, hands-on, and interactive ways. 1 sentence, positive about me, and I've given credit. Mrs. Angela Tynes, Camdenton English teacher. And so you're going to collect 3 reference statements. I have other 2 here. I'm not going to read to you. 3 reference statements that you can post on here that's kind of endorsing you or supporting you or giving you a compliment for other people to see. So you'll need 3 of those. Then I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you now. In your assignment in Canvas, I think I put it here. I did not. I'm going to put it here, but I've got it in a different place right now. So it'll be posted hopefully by the time you guys watch this video. Your homepage. Okay. And again, I'm going to post this at the bottom of the assignment you're working on so you'll be able to find it easier. This is an example email that you can copy and paste and use to send to other teachers, coaches, or youth leaders to get those reference statements. So you don't even have to write an email. You can copy and paste this in. Go to your Gmail tab, and then you'll have to figure out what their email is, but you can copy and paste this in. You do have to change a few words. Don't leave this dear teacher. That's very impersonal. Put whoever's name it is that you're emailing. Dear Mrs. Stotsberry, dear Mrs. Curley, dear Mr. Fecto, whoever you're emailing, change teacher, coach, youth leader to their name, please. And then you're going to want to sign your name here instead of keeping student name in there. But I've set this up so you can send this, and then hopefully the adults that you send this to will understand what you're asking for when it comes to those reference statements. I'm going to really quickly just move this into the assignment while I'm talking about it so I don't forget. That way it is there for you and ready to go when you need it. And feel free today when you have time to send those emails. Start collecting them now. Get them done. That way you don't have to worry about them last minute. There we go. So that's in there now. You should be able to see it when you get into that assignment. Okay, the next piece. Likes and dislikes. Stick with subjects and sports. Please do not say you don't like drama or you don't like, just loud things. That seems unprofessional. So stick with sports and subjects. So some of my likes: English, biology, reading, Shakespeare, writing, philosophy. Some of my dislikes: math, chemistry, filing paperwork, shredding paperwork, things like that. So keep it professional. Next piece, photo album. Oh, this one's always fun. You get to create a photo album with pictures. You get a little bit more freedom with this than you do the picture of you at the top. These still need to be professional though. So no filters and nothing that goes against the dress code, and no gang symbols. Hats would be fine here, but find pictures of you and your family, you doing fun things. Find pictures of, I have some of my pets in here. So put your pets up there. I made a Google slide presentation, but I'm going to show you a different way you can use the Google Sites in order to just generate a photo album that's a lot easier to use. I'll show you that in just a minute. And then the last piece, organization, spelling, and professionalism. These are the biggest chunks of your grade right here put together. So make sure that you are trying to be professional, make sure you're organizing things well, and that your spelling and grammar is good. Pay attention if something gets a squiggly underline. That means you have something you need to correct. So there's that. Now, I'm going to show you where to start your website and where you can find it later when you need it. So you're going to start in a new tab so that you have your waffle. If you don't see your waffle because Google's doing weird things, go to your Gmail first. If you don't have a link here to your Gmail, just type in gmail.com and hit enter. Then your waffle is going to appear if it ever loads. There we go. So you'll click on the waffle here and you're going to scroll down to the sites button. It looks like this, purple with a little header and a little folded over corner. This is going to take you to Google Sites, which is where you are going to create your website, which is where your homepage and a couple of other things like your blogs are going to sit for the year. So you may have something sitting here from a previous class, but we're going to ignore that and you're just going to start a brand new blank website right here. Once it loads, first thing I want you to do is title it up here where it says untitled site. Put your first name followed by an apostrophe S and then use the word portfolio. So if my name was Mary, I would type in Mary's, portfolio. It's a title. Make sure you capitalize your name, put your apostrophe in the right place, and capitalize portfolio. That's also going to copy down here. Once you click down here, it's going to load Mary's portfolio up here as well. And then I always like to start with the fun part. I like to pick my theme first because that's really what your website, what you really care about is what it looks like and how aesthetically pleasing it is and that sort of thing. So you're going to come over here to your right to your toolbar and you're going to click on themes. And then you get to play with these guys and pick your favorite theme. All of this, for the most part, is editable. So if you like this, but you don't like the picture, you can change the image. You can play with this and make it your own. This page, we'll put a title on it here in a minute. So once you've selected your theme, we're going to actually look at your pages next. So right now you automatically have a home page. It generates when you create a website. You're going to add 2 more pages. You're going to hit your plus button and you're going to name one blog with a B, capitalized, just like that, and hit done. Then you're going to hit your plus button, and this time you're going to write English 9, and then you're going to hit done. So that is going to generate tabs for you up here, home, blog, and English 9. Make sure after you've created your 2 pages, you come back to your home page, and then you can title it home. You can title it Mary's portfolio, or you can title it welcome, and you'll get your welcome in. I uncentered it. There we go. Then everything that you can add to your web page exists under this insert button. And I like using content blocks because it makes my life a little easier, but you could add in one at a time if you wanted to. So I'm going to use this one for my biography because it's already set up for me. So it's going to put a place here. I just clicked and dragged it in. A place here for a picture. I'm going to title it biography. And then I'm going to write my biography here. And then for the next section, I might choose this and pop it in. And I have 2 pictures, text and or a title and a text box. If you don't like it, you just hit this delete button over here and that will take it away. You also can just pull in a text box if you want. Maybe if it will work. There we go. Text box there. You have to wait for a blue line to appear. Otherwise, it will not show up. Why will it not work? Maybe I just click. Oh, you don't drag the text box in. You just click. Sorry, still learning. And here's the text box. Now, something I just remembered, don't do anything with the footer. If you see this button, don't hit it. If you hit this and you start working in the footer, things go really crazy later on. Make sure wherever you need a text box, you're clicking over here to insert it. Where you need a picture, you're clicking over here. Or you're picking these content blocks here to choose from. The image carousel is one that's really neat for your photo album. You click on this guy, and then you can quickly upload your images. Mine are, I don't have many, but here they are, and hit insert. This is going to create a photo carousel with all of your photos in it. Now, when you're in edit mode, which you are if you can see these 3 tabs, you can't swap between the pictures. So if you want to check and make sure that it showed up properly, you hit this preview button right up here, preview. It's going to put your website in preview mode so you can see what your website looks like to other people. And then you can hover over this image carousel and you can flip between images. So you can see what that's going to look like whenever you are done with your website or whenever you hit publish. Hit the little X here to exit the preview. Last thing I'm going to show you, and then you can have time to work, Hit this publish button when you're done. I use it like a save button, although it does save automatically. But make sure you hit publish when you're ready to update your website. I can't see your changes until you hit publish. So you'll hit publish, and then it'll just go ahead and put your title up here. You can change it if you want to, but I'm just going to leave it the same. And then make sure this says anyone at Camdenton Schools. You don't want anyone on the public. I don't even know if you have that because you're a student, not a teacher. You don't want it on restricted. You want this on Camdenton School District, and then hit done, and then hit publish. This is going to make all of the changes that you just made on your portfolio public, but nobody can see it until you give them a link, which I'll show you another day. And the only people who are going to be looking at these are your classmates and me. And really, your classmates won't look at them for a while. So just keep that in mind. Play with it, learn it. There are a couple of tools I put in here to help you. There's a tutorial. There are instructions here's the letter or the email you can write to people. And then you get the rest of the day to work on your homepage. You can start writing your biography. You can start putting together these pieces for your homepage. Make sure when you're working on your homepage, you're actually on the home tab and not the English 9 tab or the blog tab, just the home tab for now. All right, I will see you guys Monday. Have a great weekend.